Today, let us talk about a really important concept that greatly affects the speed and quality of your client results, which is your ability as a practitioner to detach from solving your client's problem and detach yourself from the outcome of any of your sessions. We know that we got into this field in the hypnosis, personal development, and coaching world because we want to help our clients to find their own answers within. And so sometimes we are human being humans and we do care for our clients, but there is a nice balance between wanting the best for your clients and becoming too attached to their outcome. Now, I'm going to be very upfront and blunt with this. If you are attaching your self-worth to the or your worth or your feelings of being an important human being to your client results, then this is really going to be very difficult. And a lot of the times we don't know that we're doing it consciously. We're doing this unconsciously, right? So we get to do the work and notice when we're doing it. Now, I'm going to give you three really important things to actually consider and to reflect on so that you can get client results faster. The thing is with this, it's all sometimes I see two extremes, right? Where you have the therapists and coaches who are just so unaware. They think they're aware, but they're actually very unaware with regards to their triggers, right? And you have the other side who are only working on their triggers without taking any action. These two extremes are obviously not the best. We want to be right around the middle ground here, depending on where you're at. Your ability to do both, look at your own shit and take action and help people at the same time, is one of the best things that you can do for yourself, your clients, and the world. And so, three things before I get too distracted here. The third thing is actually going to be something that is also blunt and honest, but it's the most important one. So make sure you stay until the third one. The very first one is you want to make sure you have a routine with regards to managing your own stress levels. As we know, when we're highly stressed, either we're too much in fight or flight, or we're down in the shutdown or freeze state, our ability to critically think and our ability to make decisions and our judgment is not the best, right? I don't have to overly explain this to you. You have experienced this. And so this is one of the best things that you can do for your health and your clients as well. What stress management practices do you have? Because the more stressed out you are, the more attached you're going to be to the client results. And so this starts with you and your health. What are you doing to help yourself manage your stress? So that is one of the first things you want to consider. The second thing that you want to consider is how can you tap into your curiosity more? Well, you have curiosity here, which really is defined by wanting to find out more about the other person without attaching to the outcome or without expecting anything. So again, this is one of the best things to be. So if you were to really be curious, what is that state like for you? And how can you tap into that more? Not just within your session, but you're in your every waking day in your being with yourself. Your first practice can be yourself in terms of curiosity. If something happens to you that you didn't expect or may be quite painful, how can you be more curious with regards to how you respond to that? That is it. The more curious you are, the better your client results are going to be. And third is, again, an unconventional advice or a suggestion, which is just to learn to learn to attach, see what happens when you attach yourself from the results, and then learn what it is like to actually detach. You can learn from each mistake. We are not perfect. And definitely at the beginning of my journey, I was the one who was very attached to my result because I unconsciously had tied my self-worth with regards to my client results. And after going through and applying hypnotic questioning and somatic practices, I was able to then detach from my worth from any external circumstance. Now, I am not perfect, but I am very, very much aware when this is happening. And so that is the best that we can do, right? And again, this tip is to allow yourself to attach and see what happens so that you can be curious and then manage your stress levels, which is one and two. All of the three things that I just told you about is actually ties in together. Everything is connected. So when you work on these three things, just watch and see how incredibly powerful your transformations are. With the third tip about learning to fuck things up and being like, shit, I was so attached to that result again. Like I made it mean something about me again. I made stories about my worthiness, about how good I am, blah, 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 blah. When you get to that place of being curious and noticing those things happening, that is actually when the magic happens because then your next session, you are going to be a different person because you learned from that shit, right? If you choose to. And so that's why I'm allowing or I'm actually encouraging everyone to just go for it. And then when you have that magic point of noticing within your session, you're putting pressure on yourself, you're getting too stressed out because you want the outcome. And then you notice that within the session and you decide to just let it go and be curious. And then you notice your clients' results be better in terms of their ability to respond. They get the breakthroughs faster, they open up faster. That is when the truth transformation lies, and not just for your client, but yourself as well. So today, give yourself the accountability. What are you going to do to help you with these three things to detach yourself from your client's problem? How are you going to manage your stress? How are you going to tap into your curiosity more? And what are you going to do to ensure that you fail faster? Because that is how you're going to get the results. Comment below what your plan is and allow us to cheer you on. Otherwise, I will see you around.